Have you ever looked at your cat curled up in a sunbeam just out of reach and wondered, truly wondered, if they love you? Or if they're just tolerating your presence for the free food and comfortable furniture? It's a question that has crossed the mind of every single cat owner at some point. It's a quiet, vulnerable thought that we often push away. Cats are famously independent, they're mysterious, and sometimes, let's be honest, figuring out their true feelings feels like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the dark. It seems nearly impossible. That's why we're here today. But this video isn't what you think it is. We're going to uncover 5 key signs that are often misinterpreted as a lack of love. But before we go any further, let's make one thing crystal clear. Every cat has a unique personality, just like we do. A shy cat isn't an unloving cat. A cat that doesn't want to be held isn't a mean cat. They have their own histories, their own preferences, and their own beautifully complex ways of seeing the world. Today, on the Cat Code, we're not here to make you feel bad. We are here to do the exact opposite. We are here to be your translators. We're going to decode 5 key behaviors often mistaken for a lack of love, reveal what your cat is actually trying to tell you in their secret language, and most importantly, give you the tools to understand them better and strengthen your unique, incredible bond. So, if you're ready to crack the code, let's get started. Code number 5. The ghost cat. You know this cat. It's the one who seems to have a sixth sense for when guests are about to arrive. The doorbell rings, and poof, they've vanished into thin air. You spend half the party assuring your friends, "I swear I have a cat, he's just shy." Or maybe it's not just about guests. Maybe your cat spends hours tucked away under a bed or in the deepest, darkest corner of a closet, only emerging for a quick bite to eat when they think no one is looking. The misinterpretation here is a painful one. It cuts right to the heart. You find yourself thinking, does he hate my friends? Does he hate our home? Does he hate me? It feels like a personal rejection. You've created this warm, safe home, and your cat's response is to hide from it, and from you. It's easy to internalize that, and believe it's a sign that they simply don't feel comfortable or happy in your presence. But let's decode what's really happening. The real code here isn't about love or hate. It's about instinct. Deep in their DNA, cats are both predators and prey. And for an animal that can be hunted, hiding is the #1 go-to survival strategy. It is not an emotional statement. It is a tactical decision. In the wild, a sick or injured cat that stays out in the open is an easy target. So, their instinct, an instinct honed over thousands of years, tells them to mask any vulnerability, to disappear until they... That ancient programming doesn't just switch off because they now live in a cozy house with you. To their primal brain, a loud garbage truck isn't just a truck. It's a roaring monster. A new person with a loud voice isn't a friend. They're a potential predator. So when your cat hides, they aren't saying "I don't love you." They are saying "I feel vulnerable, and I'm engaging my primary defense mechanism until the perceived threat is gone." This is especially true for cats who came from shelters or had a rough start in life. Their instinct to hide might be dialed up to 11. Furthermore, and this is critically important, sudden and persistent hiding is one of the biggest red flags that a cat is sick or in pain. They hide their suffering to avoid looking weak. So how do we crack this code? First, and this is the most important step, become a health detective. If this hiding behavior is new or has increased, it's time to observe closely. Are they eating less? Are their litter box habits different? Have they stopped grooming? Any of these combined with hiding means it's time to call the veterinarian immediately. Rule out a medical cause before you do anything else. Second, build a safe kingdom. A cat's sense of security is directly tied to vertical space. They want to be able to observe their territory from a high, safe vantage point. So, invest in a tall cat tree or clear off a sturdy bookshelf. Place it in a room where you spend time, so they can be near you, but on their own terms. Don't put it in a forgotten back room. The goal is to make them feel safe within the social hub of the home, and never, ever drag a hiding cat out from their safe spot. That just confirms their fear that the world is a scary place. Third, use positive association. When they do venture out, don't rush them, let them come to you. You can sit on the floor to appear less intimidating. Speak in a soft voice. Offer a high-value treat, like a little piece of chicken or a lickable snack. You're teaching them, slowly and patiently, that your presence and the open spaces of your home predict good things, not scary ones. You're not just a person, you're the bringer of safety and snacks. Code number 4. The destructive self-soother. This code manifests in two ways that look very different but often stem from the same root cause. The first is the sound every cat owner dreads: skitch, skitch, skitch. The sound of tiny, razor-sharp claws systematically destroying the arm of your brand new sofa. The second is more heartbreaking. You notice your cat grooming and grooming and grooming the same spot so obsessively that they've licked away their own fur, leaving a raw, irritated bald patch. The misinterpretation is a mix of fury and fear. For the scratching, it's pure frustration. This cat is doing this on purpose. He has a perfectly good scratching post he never uses. He's just trashing my furniture out of spite. It feels malicious. For the over-grooming, the feeling is deep worry. Why is he hurting himself? Has he gone crazy? Both interpretations assume the cat is making a conscious and either destructive or self-destructive choice. But again, let's look at the real code. This isn't about destruction and it's not about spite. It's about desperation. In behavioral science, this is called a displacement activity. When a cat is feeling a high level of stress, anxiety, or even boredom, they need an outlet for that pent-up energy. So, they perform a normal, instinctual behavior, but they do it obsessively. It's the feline equivalent of a person who nervously taps their foot, bites their nails, or paces back and forth when they're worried. Scratching is a natural way for cats to mark territory, shed their claw sheaths, and stretch their muscles. Grooming is a natural way to stay clean and calm. When they do these things to excess, they are essentially trying to self-soothe. They are shouting, "I am incredibly stressed out and I don't know what else to do." So, what's causing the stress? It could be anything. A change in their routine, a new pet in the house, a new baby, construction noises from next door, or even just you rearranging the living room furniture. Remember that cats are creatures of habit. They build their sense of security around a predictable environment. When that environment changes, their anxiety can skyrocket. So how do we crack this code of self-soothing? First, as always, rule out the physical. Excessive grooming can be caused by fleas, skin allergies, or food intolerances that make their skin itchy. A vet check is crucial to make sure you're not just treating anxiety when there's a real medical fire to put out. Second, redirect, don't punish. Please, hear this. Never, ever shout at or punish a cat for scratching. It is a natural behavior. Punishing them will only increase their stress and anxiety, which will likely make the scratching even worse. Instead, you need to make the right place to scratch more appealing than the wrong place. This means getting multiple and different types of scratching posts. Some cats are vertical scratchers and love tall, sturdy sisal posts. Others are horizontal scratchers and prefer flat cardboard pads. Get both. Place them in prominent locations, like next to the sofa they've been targeting. Rub them with catnip. When you see them use the post, praise them lavishly. Third, become a stress detective. Put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and investigate. What has changed in your home recently? Are they getting enough playtime and stimulation? A bored cat is a stressed cat. Your mission is to identify the source of the stress and, if possible, mitigate it. This is how you address the root of the problem, not just the symptom. We're starting to see how complex and communicative our cats truly are, and I know so many of you listening have become amazing cat decoders in your own right. If you're finding this guide helpful for understanding your feline friend a little better, please take just a second to pounce on that like button. It truly helps our channel and tells us to make more videos just like this one. Now let's get back to cracking the code. Code number 3. The cold shoulder. This is a subtle one, but it can sting just as much as the others. It's when you come home from a long day, you see your cat across the room and you say their name in a happy, loving voice. And you get nothing. Not a meow, not a movement. Maybe, if you're lucky, you get a slight, almost imperceptible twitch of one ear in your direction. Or Perhaps it's the eye contact, or lack thereof. You try to catch their gaze, to have a moment of connection, and they pointedly, deliberately turn their head and stare at the wall instead. The misinterpretation here is feeling like you're invisible. You think, he doesn't even know his name. He couldn't get a wand toy with a feather on the end and get them chasing it. This engages their natural predator instincts in a positive way and links that fun and excitement directly to you. You become the provider of joy, not just the weird giant who stares at them. Code number 2, the personal space invader. This is the cat that follows you from room to room, like a little shadow, but always maintains a 3-foot buffer zone. They'll sit on the other end of the couch, they'll sleep at the foot of the bed, never on your chest. They are near you, but they are never on you. They are a constant presence, but a distant one. The misinterpretation is feeling like you're just part of the scenery. He likes the room, but he doesn't seem to like me in it. He wants my warmth, but not my touch. You might see other people posting pictures of their Velcro cats and feel a pang of jealousy. Why doesn't your cat want to be a lap cat? It's easy to conclude that they don't love you enough to want that close physical contact. But the real code is about the nature of feline social structures. Most cats are not naturally pack animals like dogs. They are solitary hunters who have learned to live in social groups. For an animal with that history, simply choosing to be in the same space as another creature is a huge social decision. They are willingly giving up their solitude to be with you. This behavior is called social proximity, and it's a massive indicator of a bond. They are not just sharing a room, they are sharing their life with you. They feel safe and content just being in your orbit. Think of it as being together, alone. It's a quiet, understated form of companionship that is deeply meaningful in their world. So how do we crack this code? The golden rule is let them be the captain of the cuddle ship. Never force interaction. Don't pick them up and plop them on your lap. This will only make them feel trapped and anxious. Instead, create an inviting space. Put a soft blanket you've used on the couch next to you. It has your scent on it, which is comforting. Then just go about your business. Read a book, watch TV, let them make the choice to close the distance. And when they do, even if it's just them brushing against your leg as they walk by, acknowledge it with a soft word. You are rewarding their choice to initiate contact, building their confidence that approaching you is a safe and pleasant experience. Code number 1, the protest puddle. This is the code that causes the most distress for owners and is the most dangerous to misinterpret. You walk into a room and find that your cat has urinated or defecated somewhere other than their litter box. On your bed, on your favorite rug, in your laundry basket. The misinterpretation here is not just hurtful, it's a harmful myth. The immediate human reaction is to think, he did this out of spite. I was gone too long, and he's punishing me. We anthropomorphize the behavior and see it as a calculated, vengeful act of rebellion. This is the single most dangerous misunderstanding in all of cat ownership. Let's be absolutely unequivocally clear. The real code is a 5-alarm fire. It is a desperate, screaming call for help. A cat will never, ever soil their own living space out of spite. It goes against every clean, predatory instinct they have. When this happens, it is a blaring alarm bell for one of two major problems. The first is a serious medical issue. Urinary tract infections, bladder stones, kidney disease, even arthritis that makes it painful to get into a high-sided box can all cause this. They may associate the litter box with pain and avoid it, or they may simply lose control. The second cause is extreme environmental stress related directly to their litter box. The box might be dirty. It might be in a loud, high-traffic area where they feel vulnerable. They might not like the type of litter you're using. Or, in a multi-cat household, they might be getting ambushed by another cat when they try to use it. This isn't a protest. It's a cry of desperation. They are telling you, I am either in physical pain or I am too terrified to use my designated toilet. Cracking this code is not optional, it is urgent. The very first, non-negotiable step is to contact your veterinarian immediately. You must rule out a medical emergency. This is not a wait-and-see situation. Once a medical issue has been ruled out, you become a litter box investigator. Follow the golden rule. You need 1 litter box per cat, plus 1 extra. So if you have 2 cats, you need 3 boxes. These boxes should be in quiet, low-traffic areas where the cat has a good view of their surroundings and can't be cornered. Keep them impeccably clean, scooping at least once a day. And don't suddenly switch litter brands. Cats can be very particular about texture and scent. If you need to change, do it gradually by mixing the new litter in with the old. So, as we've decoded today, these confusing and sometimes frustrating signals are almost never about a lack of love. They're about communication. And since every single cat has its own unique personality, its own history, and its own dialect, the most important thing you can ever do is learn to listen to your cat. Your cat isn't rejecting you. They're sending you a message in the only language they know. By learning to translate their secret code, by seeing hiding as a need for safety, a scratch on the couch as a cry of stress, and a puddle on the floor as an urgent call for help, you're not just solving a problem, you are showing them the deepest, truest form of love there is, the love of understanding. You are the world's leading expert on your cat. You know their little quirks, their favorite spots, the specific sound of their purr. We would be honored if you shared one thing you've learned to decode about your cat's unique personality in the comments below. Your insight, your story, could be the key that helps another cat owner in our wonderful community crack their own cat's code. If this guide helped you today, please show your support by hitting that like button, and be sure to subscribe to the Cat Code for more tips and insights that deepen that incredible bond you share with your feline friend. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.